Welcome back everyone to ESA Winter 21. We are raising money for the Alzheimer's Fund and links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Kui Tecmo Europe with Nio2, the complete edition, Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now before we jump in, I have a few donations to read. I have one from Welle's Couch for $100 who says, "Thanks for the great event and the great speedrunners. Nice greetings from Austria." Welcome, and thank you so much for that $100 donation. And I have a second one for Sheezy McDeezy88 for $447 that says, "I recently returned home to live with my parents where I found a stash of money that I built up over many years from my childhood with my back then pocket money. I always meant to donate this money to a good cause one day, and I can't think of a better cause to donate to. Supporting Alzheimer's research and speedrunning? I'm sure childhood me will be so proud. Shoutouts to all the runners, commentators, and organizers for doing an amazing job. Also, much love to my girlfriend Natalie, who bought me Super Mario 3D All-Stars for my birthday. Heart. Now, let's go shine get." Thank you so much for that amazing donation, Sheezy McDeezy. And with that, alright, we are ready to jump into the Super Mario block. Let's give it up for Samura1man with Super Mario Sunshine any percent. Woohoo!
Thank you, Nash. I'm Samura1man. I'll be running Super Mario Sunshine on the 3D All-Stars. This time, not on the original. And let's get ready. Before that, my commentator partner will be bought off today. Do you want to say something, Botov?
Absolutely. I was waiting for you to start the run and I can...
Alright. Let's start the run in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, yes. So I'm gonna help Samu with commentary today. I want to make it clear that I am not a settled speedrunner for this game. I have been following it for a long time, but I'm here mostly to help Samu with a more casual approach to commentary while he goes over the more specific details.
That is right. I guess right off the bat we can start with that 3D All-Stars was released last year. It's exclusive timeline. When you can buy it, then it will be out of the stock. At the end of the March, actually, it will be out of stock. 3D All-Stars has 64 Sunshine and Galaxy games. For Sunshine specifically, they added widescreen, 16:9 widescreen, and HD graphics 1080p Full HD, which looks really nice, detailed. Everything is very detailed, like entering every stages, where the graffiti is showing up for entering like Bianco and Rico Harper. Those looks a lot detailed in this version compared to the original version. Unfortunately, the cutscenes are still there, unskippable like in the original. They didn't go and change that. If we go into the details, what version they specifically used for the Sunshine is the PAL version. They used the latest PAL version. They pretty much used the latest version as far as I know for all of the 3 games on the 3D All-Stars. With Sunshine HD, I always have called it HD to specify it's the Switch version I'm playing on, or the SD is the original version. With the HD version, not only we have faster loading time, but we also have the fastest text as well. There's 7 different languages you can choose from. All of the regular European languages, Japanese, and some mixed one like American and European English, even though it's not the same, it's completely same. If you choose between those 3 different versions, actually, you can have a different title logo, like the bigger Sunshine text at the start, or the smaller Sunshine, Super Mario Sunshine logo, like the European, or you can have it in a Japanese, but Japanese language is not faster, it's the second fastest. Italian is the fastest language, about 7 seconds if I remember correctly. Does it matter? Of course it matters for speedrunners. When I mentioned about the loading times, I'm not even joking. These loading times are actually very ridiculously fast for literally everything. And if we think about the original version's loading times, for the Japanese version, loading times are faster when you enter back to when you enter back to Delfino Plaza. Otherwise, it's always the same loading speed for literally everything in all of the versions. That's why Japanese version is the best version to run on when you play on the original. So for the top level competition, 3D All-Stars is a little bit put to the side by the top runners, because everybody has their eyes on the original game more than the 3D All-Stars. But 3D All-Stars is still a really good game to pick up and start with if you don't have an access to the Wii, GameCube and the older consoles regardless of that. You can play with a Switch. If you have a Switch, you can play with the classic controls. You can change the camera settings as you want for the Switch version. Did you ever get the 3D All-Stars bought off?
And I did not, because it didn't include Super Mario Galaxy 2.
That's why.
Yes.
There were some rumors that, well, rumors are rumors, but more of like thoughts and forum posts and such that people would hope for DLC, free DLC of Galaxy 2, but at this point they would have already done it. They should have done it at the start, and it's the exclusive timeline. We have this game in stocks currently. This won't be in a eShop by the end of the March. It will stop being in stocks there.
Yes, so there's a lot of cutscenes in this beginning section of this run, but luckily we will not have to worry about long cutscenes that much at all after these introductional ones.
Yeah.
So it's been a heavy debate in the Sunshine community for a long time regarding these cutscenes, but right now for 3D Stars, I believe that we just have to, or you just have to watch everything.
You can use Beach File, or I can actually explain all of those timing methods. All of these timing methods that Sunshine community allowed now are the new file that starts from a completely new file, no cutscenes are skipped. Then there's this like a little bit of between called timing method called Beach File, where you skip the two of the opening cutscenes, the opening and the flood cutscene. Then you can skip those, but you still have to watch this court cutscene. That's Beach File. So you have a file set up for that. Then you have a third file method called Hacked File, where you have set up a memory card file in a way that you can skip all of these three cutscenes, but you still do the airstrip movement and everything. That was the biggest debate of why most of the people and some people were debating why we should allow this, why we shouldn't allow it. And mostly it was bring up as a thought that there's still gameplay in airstrip that can matter, even though it's just 15-20 seconds of gameplay. Doesn't matter, it still matters, and the community allowed all of these three timing methods. Obviously the new file was still gonna be the standard if nothing was allowed. So this brought us more people to the community, possibly. It opened up for people to use the hacked file, any file method. But for the 3D All-Stars version, only Beach File is available currently, because a hacked file will require some shady stuff, let's say, to set up for the Switch at the moment, from my understanding. But after the cutscenes are over, there's not like nothing really to stop us from doing the gameplay and speedrun anymore. It's just the game and us doing the run now. Of course, there's still like some of the cutscenes, short ones, but that's about it.
So a big technique that you'll see throughout this run is spray spamming, I guess is the term for it. Spam spray, yeah.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, I think that I heard that in the 3D version, 3D All-Star version, it's actually easier than on the original.
If you have the Pro controller, yes, the Switch Pro or Joy-Cons, but you probably can hear from my microphone, because my microphone is really good at picking up everything, that I'm actually using a GameCube controller. That was one of the patch updates they gave us a month after they released this 3D All-Stars was the GameCube controller support and options to change camera settings to anything you want, to the classic or to the modern. That was also one of the biggest gatekeepers for runners to get to the game, that especially for me and many top runners who've run the game for long, was the camera settings were completely off than from what we were used to. So it took a while to get used to. But now we have all of the settings we want and we're good to go with the actual good settings and stuff for the camera controls. We are in Bianco Hills right now, and Bianco Hills 1 is like the only shine sprat that is intended that you can skip. They left it intentionally to the game. Oh boy. That is not good. This is probably me being a nitpicky, but there's a little bit of input delay that I can always feel from time to time with the 3D All-Stars version. And the control stick, when moving the Mario, feels a lot off, because Mario feels a lot more sensitive to move with the Switch version. This is due to... This must be because of the 3D All-Stars running on an emulator. These all three games runs on an emulator, from what I have heard. That is the method that Motop just explained, spam spraying, which is normally done by doing it on a ground by holding R button all the way down, then pressing A to do a backflip with it. But you can abuse that mid-air by pressing the exact same buttons. The R button has to be held all the way down for that to work. Because otherwise you will just walk normally if you press R button slightly.
And getting his belly full of water in one go like that is, at least for someone who is not very good at this game, it's not as easy as it looks. For Samura1man, yeah, it's very easy, but...
I guess you can say that.
There's definitely a true technique to it, so...
Yeah. For some people it takes a while to get used to press them simultaneously or at the same time. There's the technique for that, and the more you do it, eventually it will click to you, should I say, and you know how to do it. So Super Mario Sunshine, how do you beat this game? Every level has a Shadow Mario at the 7th episode. We have to beat him in order to beat the game, right, Botov?
That's correct. There's no actual star requirement, there's just episode requirement.
That is correct. So if there's any way to skip Nice. If there's any ways to skip episodes, we will do them for any percent. And you might be wondering in a chat and everywhere in the world, but why don't you just enter Corona Mountain? Well, the truth is the loading zone is not there. Case closed, let's move on.
Yeah.
So the first secret of the game is that we move Mario without using blood. Shadow Mario takes blood away in every secret of the game for the first visit. Then you can get it again back if you want to do the hidden shine there.
And some of these secrets are also extremely difficult, which you will get to see later on.
That was just a little bit of glimpse of some of the one of the secrets, one of the easiest ones out there. There are event cutscenes happening throughout the game. At the 3 shines, Ripco Harbor unlocks. So I'm gonna open it right now. I still have to go there, I mean. But I'm unlocking it so I will avoid an event cutscene that takes about 3.5 seconds-ish. Something like that. And it's a safe time throughout the whole run to have event cutscenes as less as possible. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. Now, when it's a marathon run, I don't have to worry about entering back to Bianco Hills. I still have to enter every level and beat every shine. So at this point it's better for me to go to Rico Harbor and do Rico 1 and 2. And after that we have 5 Shine Sprites and we have to go to Gelato Beach. Because that's when Gelato Beach unlocks. Do you have a favorite world in this game, Botov?
I really like Noki Bay.
I love it too. What is the level you don't like the most?
Ooh, difficult. Probably Pinna Park, since I failed Yoshi Go Around skip for like 40 minutes at last ESA Live.
I remember that.
Yeah, before that I liked Pinna Park, but now it's my sworn enemy.
It's one of the hardest glitches in the game, don't worry about it.
You saw me get it fairly consistent before the actual later.
Yeah, then you got nervous and you were bragging about it.
I'm gonna blame the TV. The TV was very small.
Yeah, always blame someone else, but not yourself, ever.
Exactly. That's how you do it. So yeah, another technique that is interesting in this game to tell you is actually water sliding, because it seems like it's very simple all the time, but there is always tricks to consistently get water slides as well. For example, in Rico Harbor, you have these cages, and on the cages the water doesn't stay, so you actually use the corners of the cages to get a water boost, and then you can basically slide for ever until you leave the actual ground. Right? Or am I completely talking bad now?
Yeah, the cages are that you can't get the water on it, but there's some ground on those edges barely, so you can get water on that. And generally, if I want water slide, I want it to be for the long distances, so it saves time rather than doing dive rollouts. Doing a dive rollout is actually the fastest movement if you can't do a water slide for the short distances. And water sliding is actually faster than using a turbo nozzle.
Yeah, we don't need bloopers.
Yeah, blooper is skipped. If you get the blooper race under like, I think it was 20, oh nice, let's save here, just for safety. If you get the blooper race under 21 seconds, I think, or something like that, you know you were faster than using a blooper. If you don't use a blooper, that's what I meant. So we are water sliding all the way to the Gelato Beach. Unlock that, and we do the famous Gelato Beach skip. One of the biggest, it is the biggest skip in a game ever found. It skips the most boring level pretty much. Secret level in Gelato is fun, but Gelato 2, nobody likes that. Gelato 3 is a Wiggler boss fight. Auto-scroller pretty much, make sure you don't mess up the timing with the tuned up butts or whatever those are called. The sand castle things. Then we have a Sandbird, the legendary Sandbird, pretty much auto-scroller. Nowadays there's a method to use a turbo nozzle to get the 8 red coin faster. Episode 5 is a Pianta another auto-scroller. Episode 6 is a red coins in the water, kinda annoying shine as well, but by doing a Gelato Beach skip we can skip everything. And how is that done? Well, you're about to find out very soon. I'll be trying the hardest method, and if I don't get it, I'll use the regular method that is usually recommended for everybody to learn. Always, I mean, because you can try again if you fail it. Oh, I hovered too early, but I'll go and grab the coconut again. Oh, the coconut is still there. I didn't pay attention. Sometimes the coconut will go to the water, and a lot of the times it actually will. The reason wasn't found like that soon was that when people were probably testing out the coconut, they didn't notice that using the camera angle targeted from a certain angle will actually keep the angle straight to the coconut in a way that you can run against it. If you target the camera in the wrong side, which is from the left side of Mario, then you will run past the coconut. Not sure why that's the case, but that's the reason why that took a while to found, but it was found eventually.
Yes, and that's definitely one of the, if not the absolute hardest trick in the game.
It's definitely up there for learning.
It takes many hours to get consistent at that. And it took many years to find a skip for this. It was speculated for a long time that you could, because the star, it was known that the star was physically in that cage, that glass tube, but there was no reliable way to get it. I think you could get it if you got to Yoshi on the Japanese, right?
Yeah, in a Japanese version, at the time, you can use Yoshi in episode 6 only to get the shine earlier, and it would save about 10 to 15 seconds just for having the Japanese version. Then later on there was a new method found that you can use it on every version, but still had the problem that we can't skip the whole level because Yoshi is only in episode 6.
Yeah,
but
and now we said this save like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, this saves 10 minutes. The episode 7 was the only shine we care about, and we don't have to ever go back to that level. Can you cool down, please? Thank you. A small version difference here. If I had a Japanese version, I can use the hopper nozzle to cool down jumplets immediately. But since the Switch version is based on the PAL version, it doesn't work, so I have to use regular spam space.
Yeah. So when you grab that star, you could see that it paused for a slight while, and the only reason it did that was to close the chat box from flood to actually spawn the star. But it wasn't intended pause.
This is correct. The water slide on a bridge usually doesn't work often, but there's a way you can do that by waiting a little bit after you land. You spray the water edge, then you water slide on it. You can't spray water to the bridge at all, only the edge of it. This is Pianta Village, the most consistent runner of the game. We can wait for a while at the end of the black ball. There's this one number I've been trying to get all the time when I've been playing 3D All-Stars version. It's the 1994, that is my birth year. And I just simply can't get it ever. I've got 1993 and 95, but not 94.
I missed the old days in 2012 when people tried to get 2012.
That was indeed possible in the original version. In the original version, it actually is impossible to get certain number combinations because it skips the frames for certain numbers. But as far as I know, it was fixed for this version. So every number should be possible to get. This is the only level of the game where you can lose blood inside the level that is not a secret. This is not a secret shine we're doing right now, it's an actual level shine, episode shine. You noticed I was going through going through that coop without hurting myself, or burning myself rather. I took iframes, invincibility frames for enemies, the wind actually, and with that I was able to go through that without burning myself. But I have some time. I have enough time just to make sure I don't take a hit there. And if I'm too slow, I will most likely burn and die because I don't have a way to back up myself there. The RNG, the luck in this game is actually quite in big of a role for a couple of shines. 4 overall, if we can say. I'll be talking about them when the time comes. One of them was in Bianco 5, but since I couldn't do the skip from entering Bianco Hills after opening Rico Harbor, we will do that shine later. Grabbing the chain there, then holding forward to make him jump to the pool saves time. And I was also holding the chain and holding forward so the chain jump got faster.
I don't know if you already said this, by the way, but just a quick note is that we are not supposed to be in this level this early on in the game.
Aren't we? I thought we can be here already. Is it illegal?
You normally need the what's it called?
Rocket nozzle?
The rocket nozzle, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, normally you're not supposed to be here.
At the start of the game, Pianta Village is actually unlocked already. I will explain more about that when I enter the secret. If I enter the secret. Better to say it that way. Alright, so at the start of the game, if you notice in the first cutscene, Pianta Village is actually locked by the same obstacle that is on the lighthouse. But they removed that during the development, most likely, thinking that nobody's getting up here, right? But little did they knew that we would still get up there somehow. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh my god, wow, that was too close. So that obstacle, talk to me. This is a disaster.
Wow, that guy really doesn't want to chat.
If I die here, I'll have to like, I don't know. Okay, I'm fine.
I've never seen that before.
I'm just gonna blame this version for having too sensitive controls for Mario.
As you said yourself, always blame something else.
Exactly. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, everyone. Listen. I'm good at this game, I promise. At least I think. So what I was saying about that obstacle, yeah, there's supposed to be an obstacle here, but they removed that. And that it can only be destroyed with the rocket nozzle, or rather destroyed with a way you can get a ground pound that gives you that enough power to break it. And that can be done with the rocket nozzle. Then with well-done spin jumps into first-person mode, into vault jumps, we can enter this stage a lot earlier. Can you unlock that, please? Thank you. Okay. This is one of the speedrunners' favorite levels to do ILs, individual level speedruns, because it has an in-game time, and it can be very fun to do those. My best timer left in a timer is 2 minutes and 15 seconds something. I can't remember it, did I even record it, but I have some kind of that time. And the world record is 2:19 something, which is ridiculous in my opinion. So for me, getting anything over 2:10 is 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in a timer is just really good. You probably noticed there's an A icon when you try to talk to Pianta or just any NPCs. That is because of the layout of the Switch Pros and Joy-Cons, that the talking button is actually a jump button for Pro Controller and Joy-Cons. But for the GameCube controller, it is just a B button. You don't have to jump. You don't have to press jump button, which is the A button in this case, to talk to them. Which can be scary, because if you want to jump nearby an NPC, you will talk to them by accident with the Switch controller or Joy-Cons. Hey, I got that. Let's go. That is one of the hardest quick kills runners can go for, and it saves like a split second over the second fastest.
That was nice.
Over the second fastest method, but yeah, that was nice. That's the stage. We only cared about the Shadow Mario. Now we go to Pina Park. So what I wanted to do here is a skip called Honey Skip that skips the cutscene that starts there when you try to enter Pina Park. It's a nice 10 to 15 second time save, depending how well you do the skip. As far as I can say, it is frame perfect, but the setup is actually fairly consistent, that when you hover that certain amount, you will be in a certain spot every time, if you know the spot exactly and you know the timing when you have to crump pound. Sometimes you have to crump pound later, and sometimes, actually I will say it this way, sometimes you have to hover more if you are if you're a little bit too far off from that regular spot where you're supposed to be, or you can hover less than crump pound immediately. It depends how much you have to crump pound, because the cutscene is like curving, it's not like a straight line that goes through the building.
Something I always wonder about that is that ground pound, I mean, you're saying that it's different timing, but is the timing frame perfect regardless? Or do you have a room for error and still get the skip?
I can say it like, yes, there is a room for an error. When you know the spot where you're standing before you hover, you can decide on that moment, do you hover the usual amount or will you hover more? Because if you're a little bit too far to the right from the regular spot, then you have to hover more to make sure you will hit that cutscene trigger. If you don't hit the cutscene trigger, you just don't simply get a cutscene skip.
Yeah.
That was also the fastest mecha fight I just did there.
That was very good. Also, he did 2 more cutscene skips when entering the mecha fight and leaving mecha fight, but those are just leaving the stage, which when you trigger the cutscene, it instead leaves the cutscene, you could say. I know that's not the technical term what's happening, like the technical explanation of what's happening, but you could say that you basically leave the cutscene.
Yeah, something like that. For some reason, only the Pina Park mecha fight, you have the ability to do the cutscene skips. If you try to do that with, for example, PD fight, or entering Illumouth in a Noki Bay, you would actually be procced back to the title screen. Not sure why it only works with the Pina Park. Some people have speculated it could be because of the Shadow Mario, or just like some weird triggers or flags about the game. I don't understand myself even. But there must be a reason for it, that's for sure.
Do you have time for any donations?
Yes, we have good time for it.
Because I have a ton of them to read.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
I have Chris1827 with $25 that says, "Good luck on the run, Samu. Sending you tons of love from your chat." Thank you for that donation. I have $120 from Behold My Cape, who says, "Donating for this great cause and this criminally underrated Mario game." I totally agree. One of my favorites in the entire series. We won't be collecting all 120 shines in any percent, but the Alzheimer's Fund can collect $120. Thank you so much for that donation as well.
I will quickly say I went through that boat because I was too late with my hovering. No. Okay. So I was too late with my hovering, that's the reason I went through the boat. Uh-oh, that's not good. There's actually a version difference here too with the hovering after you get shocked by those electric Koopas. If we had the Japanese version, I can hover immediately after I take the hit and get shocked by the Koopa. But in every version after that, you can't hover right after. Which is a nice backup then, but it's only the Japanese version exclusive glitch. And there are like a lot of small version differences between the Japanese version and the English versions, should I say. I can't list them all of them, and I don't think it matters at this point, because we're using the PAL version for the 3D All-Stars, and we can't use the Japanese version in 3D All-Stars regardless of what I say. Can't have the power to change. We can change the language though, that's good. But does it help? Nah, it doesn't. Pianta Park 4 is a special level, don't you think, Otto?
Not sure what you're referring to.
Well, because I'm telling you that this unlocks very crucial partner of the game.
Pianta Park 4. The quick cycle for the turtles is actually difficult. It's very precise.
I just got it barely.
Yeah.
So Pianta Park 4, what I tried to tell for Botov is that Pianta Park 4 is the only level of the game that unlocks Yoshi in a game. Fun fact, if there was a way to unlock Yoshi without doing Pianta Park 4, we would be able to do Pianta Park skip. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We can't do the Pianta Park skip. We have to do Pianta Park 4, unlock Yoshi, then we can do Pianta Park 5 skip. Which is the skip that Botov was a little bit messing around in one of the runs.
I'm fairly sure my shine got my team to lose that relay race.
Maybe. This can be done in episode 3 or 5 with the current method. The old method used episode 2. So we need Yoshi to enter the carousel. And for that, we need some stews to help us to get to the out of this area a little bit. Where is that? There it is. Also, I'm on the best version. I can use the fruit storage. Let's go. Alright, now I need both of these stews to follow me, but not compound like that. And one of them is gonna help me. Oh god. Oh my goodness. Okay. One of them has to help me to get to out of this area. And the other one is I'm gonna use to get to the carousel. Oh, that's very high up. And why is that? Because I can't move around this area, but I can enter the secret as soon as I get out of this carousel. I have a feeling we're gonna crash soon to the carousel and lose platform. Yes, that's correct. Oh boy. Okay. Now we enter the secret and we successfully skipped episode 5 of this world.
And if you want to see how to not do that skip, you can watch ESA Winter 20 on YouTube after ESA Winter 21, of course.
Yeah, please do that.
Actually, please don't do that.
I knew you would say that. She saves roughly a minute because of the time we have to set up for that, and it's still a time save, everybody. Everybody at the top level, or at least who has under 1 hour 20 minutes in a leaderboards currently, will go for that. Not necessary to learn immediately when you get into speedrunning this game, because it is by far the hardest skip in a game. It's also the most complicated to understand, and every mistake that happens in that shine is always your fault, not the game's fault, like we say.
Or it's the TV's fault.
That's true.
So would you actually say that Yoshi Go Round skip is harder than Cloudy Beach skip?
Yeah, I won't consider it because Gelato Beach skip is easy to retry again, but with early Yoshi Go Round secret early, you don't have that much of a error to make there, because you have this amount of stews outside of the beach, outside of the park, and you only have 2 pairs of every fruit in a peach. There's 2 bananas, 2 coconuts, papayas, pineapples, and durians. And if you lose all of those, you can't change the Yoshi's color anymore. And you need orange Yoshi, always the orange Yoshi, to enter the secret. But we need a purple platform to move forward, because only the purple platform moves forward. I think it was pink. I always forget which one it is, because we never use pink platforms and orange platforms, but either pink, I think it was pink. It must be pink. Let's say it's pink for now. If I'm wrong, you can yell at me later in the comments. Okay, so pink goes up and orange stays still. That's pretty much the reason why we need a purple platform. That's one of the fastest shines in the game, by the way. At the moment when I entered the stage, I was a little bit confused. Why do I have Rico 2 already done? Then I remembered that, oh yeah, I didn't get that skip at the start of the run. Every level has at least one secret where you lose blood. Some levels has 2. That's also very hard, what I just did there. That couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, very well executed indeed.
Wouldn't it be faster to get that Yoshi right now, and so we wouldn't have event cutscenes anymore? What do you think?
Ooh, don't do this to me.
I'm asking 2 easy questions. I need to ask him hard ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can answer for you. Or do you want to try?
I believe that if you get the Yoshi, you activate another cutscene that's actually longer.
The cutscene is actually the same speed, but yes, you are correct. We will trigger another cutscene that is actually something we can't skip anymore. We have to still watch that every time. Nokipe unlocks at 20 shine sprites after we have unlocked Pina Park. And we have over 20 shine sprites right now. So it wouldn't save time to go and save Yoshi from Shadow Mario. So for the rest of the run, we will have event cutscenes happening when we go back to Delfino Plaza.
Perfect time to squeeze in a donation, right?
For sure.
I have an anonymous $35 donation with no comment, and I have an anonymous $10 donation with no comment as well. Thank you two so much.
Thank you for helping ESA and Alzheimer's Foundation, I think it was called. You can see how detailed entering the stage is. If you have played the original, it looks blurry, but with HD graphics, it looks really fun. It looks really great. Red coins in this game actually don't give you 2 coins, regular coins, like it does in 64. Which I find strange, but it's okay. Did you know that in every level there's only certain episodes where you can get 100 coin shines? Not every episode in a levels has enough coins to get 100 coin shine. It's only the specific ones. Then there's some really interesting ones. You can get 100 coin shine in episode 5 in Serena Beach. Did you know that, Botov?
Probably, I've seen a lot of 100% runs of this game, or 120 shine runs of this game.
Mm. Some of the most obscure ones where you can get 100 coin shine is like Serena Beach 1 and Bianco Hills 1. There are barely enough coins to get 100 coin shines in those levels. It takes long, but it's also impressive that it actually works, and there's enough coins to get that shine sprite. We have 2 more stages left, plus Bianco Hills. So it means 3 stages, right? Yeah, my math is correct. Okay, so we have Bianco 4, 5, 6, 7 left here.
So for a casual player, those ghosts that swirl around are like the worst enemy in the game, and they are really annoying. But obviously, they're not really an obstacle for our amazing speedrunner. I remember I did like 1 run of this game back in 2013 or something, and I remember I did not manage those ghosts.
They only spawn in certain spots too.
Yeah, but you have to remember that I probably failed every jump and wall kick that I had to do, so...
So this is Piri, one of the biggest shine sprites in a game that has RNG, and we just failed our movement, but it's okay. We have Flood to help us. So Piri has different flying combinations where he can fly to when he starts the fight. And the amount of combinations that there are is over 700. And how much time difference there can be? Well, it can be from about like 10 seconds to a minute. But getting a very bad pattern is so unlikely to happen for any runners. It's more likely to get a decent pattern over very bad patterns or the best pattern.
I believe you can lose way over a minute on RNG to this boss fight though, right?
Yeah, about a minute time loss can happen if you get a very bad pattern. But if you have a bad pattern, it's usually 30 seconds. We calculate. roughly. Oh. This is on a path to get the best pattern right now. There's also a 40% chance he opens the mouth right away. And that saves time, of course. But 60% chance to get a tornado. That's loses about just a couple seconds. So if he goes that way, we got the best pattern. Or we didn't. Okay, he's gonna keep flying. Let's see what he wants to give us. That's a decent pattern. It's like average, I would say. There is a PT tool that can tell you how good the pattern was. That was made by one of the Japanese players of the community. It's pretty helpful for knowing how much time it loses to average and the best pattern, and what about the first pattern. And in a list, what is it in a list of the order from the good to the first. But that was really good. That's like most likely top 10 good patterns, I would say.
Yeah, that's definitely very strong for a marathon run.
For sure.
And for this, just to give you like an idea, the worst pattern you can get, I believe that PD actually like flies around the entire stage like twice.
Yeah, that's correct. He flies really around the stage twice and makes a really long detour outside of the village a little bit.
Can I squeeze in a couple of donations in the meantime?
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. I've got Bibu with $50 that says, thank you so much to all the runners. This has been a great week. Let's end Alzheimer's. And I honestly couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for the $50, Bibu. And I've got another $10 donation by Anonymous with no comment. Thank you so much for that as well.
This is one of the worst secrets where you can drop down and lose almost a minute. Just wanted to squeeze that in. If there's any more donations, feel free.
I got a ton of them. The love is coming in strong for the Super Mario Sunshine run. I've got Squish Squirrel here with $50 that says, I work with a lot of people with dementia. Horrible disease. First time donating. Let's take it to 50,000. Also, good luck on all the runners. Thank you so much for the $50 Squish Squirrel. And yes, indeed, let's take it to 50k. We're 42.5 in already. That's crazy. And we're actually getting close to $1,000 on the upcoming bonus incentive final game of the marathon, run by the runner himself right now. So if you want to see more Samura1man at the end of the marathon, you can put your donations towards Bowser's Fury any percent. I didn't even know it was a thing yet.
Yeah, it is. People already running the first day. Or should I say, you can also donate for that incentive to keep me stay awake throughout the whole night. If I can say it like that. And it's a very fun run. It's a fun run. That's all I'll say about that incentive.
I'm very curious and excited for it myself.
Alright, 2 more stages left. Serena Beach, the first stage of the game in my opinion. Oh nice, he went that way. Oh, the lag, let's go. The game can lag sometimes in a certain spots with the Shadow Mario spam sprays and such. And that was like one of the first ones I've seen. Especially with the patch. The patch actually fixed the lag partially. For example, opening the set menu, the map and the shine count lagged the game a lot. But they fixed that for the upcoming patch with the GameCube controller and camera options. So 2 more stages left. Serena Beach, the first stage of the game, and Noki Bay, the best game stage of the game.
So I need you to correct me if I'm wrong here, but a fun thing, or an interesting thing about this game is that, as you remember, you could enter Pianta Village early because the loading zone and the pipe is all there. And even though the pipe here is only blocked by a pineapple, you actually can clip into the pipe, but the loading zone is not there until you eat the pineapple.
That is incorrect, actually, my friend.
That's incorrect. Okay.
The correct answer is that the loading zone is there when you unlock Bianco Hills. But how do you get there? Well, you can clip through it by using a banana or any fruit that makes you clip through that. But runners have found more of a use to use the banana to clip through the roof and enter the loading zone that way.
Well, there you go. That's why I didn't claim to be an expert commentator.
Hey, I'm here to correct your mistakes if you don't mind. Maybe you should try to incorrect my explanations. That would be fun.
I'd rather not. To be honest, if I can make a fool out of myself for you to prove your actually insane competence in this game, I'm happy to do so.
You're doing fine.
So are you.
Thank you. So why is Serena Beach the first stage of the game? Well, not only it includes 2 of the first boss fights that has RNG, the luck element. With Manta, when they split all those Mantas to the purple face or the smallest face, they are random how they split, and they're just annoying when they're split around, and you don't get to the purple face fast. Then the second fight is Kimpu, the slots inside a casino, how fitting, and then there are 2 of the hardest secret levels as well. Oh boy. Entering the secret is not like too difficult, but the secret itself can be difficult.
I always found this so scary when you do these large dives onto platforms that are barely larger than Mario himself.
Yeah, it is. It's a scary stage. Scary secret. It's my least secret in a game. Because how punishing it is to die anywhere. The next secret is not like too bad, but it's still like up there. One of the least favorites for me. Episode 3 is one of the shortest episodes as well. You can use a banana to clip through the ceiling, or the wall rather, and get the shine sprite faster. Normally you would have to go and find a pineapple inside this stage in one of those rooms, by going through the attic and stuff, but we don't need that. Sorry, Yoshi.
Yeah, and this clip is actually very simple. If any of you would go play this game right now and try it out, you would probably get it within a few tries.
Yeah, the simple way to do that, you wanna face off from the glass, hold R button all the way down, so you can do the backflip by pressing A. When you're at the apex of that backflip, you hold down and press B, and you should be able to get it. If you don't get it, you must have had an angle wrong, or you have mistimed the inputs. It's one of the simple glitches to learn in a game.
Now it's time for King Boo, right?
King Boo is after this actually, there's a secret level first.
can't read Italian, so I'm having...
Yeah, it's okay. You can just look at the number of shines. Hey, even I can't read Italian. Or should I be able to?
I for some reason thought that King Boo was before the secret here. Yeah, so right here the ceiling is actually doesn't have, or like it has like a semi-solid hitbox, I guess. You can like idle through it. It works on all versions.
Yeah, one of the earliest glitches found was that glitch right there. What is timer currently at?
I'm a little bit behind, but you should be around the 59-minute mark.
Okay. I usually like to know what kind of time I have gotten in Serena Beach 4, so I know what kind of time I will end up getting in a Serena Beach 5. It's like the indicator helping me what kind of time I can expect if I don't have splits on. I have memorized certain times, living stages, and certain levels of what kind of pace I will have if I only have a timer on. But I can't see the timer, of course. Just like a little speedrunner nerd things.
So, King Boo is gonna be a fight that is also very luck dependent. We basically want to get fruit cycles, which is completely RNG. I think this is probably a good time for a couple more donations, right, Samu?
Yeah, it is a good time. I'll be trying cycle skips just for fun and see what happens. I'll explain cycle skips if I get an opportunity for it.
Well, in that case, I'm going to take it away because we have a ton of donations still rolling in. I have Felicitas83 with $30 with no comment. Thank you so much for that. I have Rachel Ham with $20 who, and I'll interpret this in my own way, who says, "Wow." Thank you for that. I have Vibs with $7 that says, "It's just a burning memory." And I have Kupnaste with $100 who basically says, "Let's go." I have Trippy Spyro with $10 that says, "Thank you, ESA, for a wonderful event, and thank you, runners, for doing what you do best." Thank you so much for that donations. I have Wizard Agent Zero with $35 with no comment. And I also have Moritz Snow with $15, also with no comment. Thank you so much, everyone, for all those donations coming in. Keep them coming. We are actually... Oh, we just passed the $1,000 mark on our way to $5,000 to get more runs from Samura1man to keep him awake for the rest of the marathon. You heard it here. So let's keep them coming and let's get another run in by Samura1man for Bowser's Fury any percent.
Why am I if you wonder why am I laughing here, I'll just tell you that I almost had a chance to get a cycle skip there twice in a row. Shortly explained, a cycle skip... how can I explain this so it's easy to understand? Okay, so normally when you fight King Boo, you cannot get fruits twice in a row. There's a fourth extra cycle in between fruit and the fruit. But with cycle skip you can get fruits twice in a row, or 3 times. And I just got 2 fruits there, but the third one was slightly off from that. And the chance of that happening is 1 in 64, just for 1 cycle skip. And if you want 2 cycle skips, it's 1 in 4096 chance to happen. And yeah, I guess I will explain. I don't have to explain more of it. It's just... You pretty much have to get a shiny in a Pokemon game if you want those cycle skips happening. There's actually a glitch in this version that they didn't patch. And there's a chance for Serena Beach to automatically clear itself. That's the emulator bug that is also known in the Dolphin emulator actually. Why does that occur though? I have no idea. It can happen now, it can happen like in the next 15 seconds, but at this point it may not happen, so I have to just spray everywhere. This is a glitch that doesn't happen in our original version at all. It's impossible for the console to happen. I can't do spam sprays now.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a store where you really see how spam spray is useful. Normally, the game doesn't tell you about spam spray, so normally you would just have to clean that up with normal spraying in a casual playthrough, which is way harder and takes way longer than just using the spam spray.
There are barrels around the stage too you can use for cleaning if you don't use spam sprays.
I have a feeling a lot of first players for this game did not realize there were patterns to follow, because I sure did not.
Alright, we have one more stage after this. Overall, throughout the whole run, we will collect 43 shine sprites, and 44 at the end when you beat Bowser. That's also a shine sprite. So Botov, did you know there's actually a lore in Nokipe when you go through this stage?
A lore?
Yeah, there's a lore, a story for this stage. So this waterfall is... there's a water that is poison, and Nokis wants to find out what is causing it. And they think it's the mole blocking the waterfall. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're incorrect about that, sorry. The reason will be find out in the next episode of Super Mario Sunshine Nokipe. Okay, enough of jokes. Let's try to get through this.
I feel like I'm making enough fool out of myself. You don't
Maybe
have
I'm
to
making,
help. It's fine.
maybe I'm also making. Just trying to have these
but you
funny
don't have
jokes.
to help with that. I can handle that by myself. Don't worry.
So we just beat Mole. Everything should be fine, right? Well, no, that's not the case. We'll find out in the next episode. Why? How funny though, every of these shine sprites are actually called episodes. I don't think any other level actually does this kind of lore thing with the stage, environment and such. So when we enter back, Noki still wants us to help them to find out the cause, and now they think it's the blooper that is staying up there on the up there. Actually, let me make this even more hilarious for all of you watchers, viewers watching there at home. I'm gonna do a glitch just for you, for all of you to see what kind of fun we can have in this stage with that blooper. You're gonna see it too, Botov, if you have not seen it yet. Or have you even?
I feel like this is new to me.
Okay, let's find out. So first we have to use this spring to get to the shine sprite faster, but first, before that, I wanna go and take blooper down with us. So say hello to blooper. That's the reason why the waterfall is purple. Water is poisoned. No, that's not the case.
I've never seen that. That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, you can break that. You can break that break underneath It's just a neat funny glitch I wanted to show. It loses just like 30 seconds or something. We have enough time, I hope. I'll be fast to finish this off. So they didn't find out the reason yet, but actually they found it now. They didn't find out it before, but now they found it. It's actually the eel mouth. Eel underwater, causing the poison for this water. And this episode acts as an underwater learning stage. So we learned the underwater controls before the underwater boss fight. That is, in fact, my favorite shine in a game. Haters gonna hate. Lots of runners of this game actually don't like eel mouth, but I love eel mouth. I love that fight. So that's the red coin. We learned how to play underwater. It was my first playthrough. It is my first playthrough still, actually. So now I can beat eel mouth. Do you believe I can do it?
So for the 2 viewers that doesn't know that already, there's actually a book in this stage that is not used.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's some lore.
That's some lore. So let's go beat that underwater boss fight that is causing the poison in this Nuki Bay stage.
Do I have time for a quick donation before you go in?
Yes.
Perfect. I have $50 by Genesis, who says, "This has been an absolutely great event so far. Shoutouts to the whole event crew, and especially Tech, for doing such a great job. Thank you for that, for the $50 donation." And I also have a question for everyone in chat and at home. How long is that Bowser's Fury ending percent run, Samura1man? Can you tell us something about that?
It can be roughly 40 to 50 minutes. World record currently is under 40 minutes, by a lot. It's not a super long run. Okay, I didn't get the cutscene skip there, but it happens. The cutscene skip can occur when you have iframes on, and I wanted to get hit by a tooth, but I kinda messed up the strat there, and now I just have to watch it. It's not a big deal, it's like 15-second time loss. If you were able to, if I was able to do that, I'll just spawn. I can be next to the shine. I can move during the cutscene when the eel dies off. And remember, brush your teeth, everyone. Or Mario has to do them. Not that many shines left, so we can beat the game. If there are any donations, feel free to read them, because this is another scroller shine.
I do have one quick donation here by GTA with $5, who just says, "Water gun, go brrrr." Very much true. And I'll take the time to actually talk about why we're all here, because we're here to support the Alzheimer's Fund, which is the Swedish national fundraising organization focused on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Their aim and purpose is to increase fundraising to the benefit of scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. So every single dollar, every single donation is going to go straight towards the Alzheimer's Fund, and it's really, really appreciated. So thanks everyone so much for supporting this ESA.
Yeah, you could argue that this is actually the Mario game where Mario actually has a gun. It might be a water gun, but I guess the world is safe.
Alright, we have one more secret stage left. That used to be a nemesis for me. Noki Basics. Most likely the hardest secret in a game for mini runners. That was perfect.
Very impressive. That's this is by far the most difficult secret in the run. To do optimally, at least.
Yeah, it's not easy at all what I was doing there. There's a certain cycle I want to hit there by doing the movement exactly at the start how I want. If I'm too slow, I have to do a backup strats. That's the last shot on Mario in a game. Then, after this shot on Mario, he will flood Delfino Plaza. And we can have an access to Corona Mountain, the final level of the game.
And yes, the final level or the mountain in this game has a very unfortunate name. We are aware.
We accidentally saved only once during this run. We can save any time we want. We can't take off the memory card for this breach. It's unfortunate. I'll be trying this hard movement once, if not then I'll just do the regular movement. Oh, that's unfortunate. That happened to me one time, like a couple weeks ago, when it didn't get rid of the fire there. Sometimes the spam spray just doesn't want to hit. Spam spray actually has RNG. How it spreads the water. Luckily there's a 1-up, so we don't have to worry about game overing here.
That was your first death though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's my first death.
Yeah. So, I mean, you basically just wanted to show everyone what the death looks like.
Well, actually I died with the honey skip, but that's not like, that's intentional for that skip to burn.
Yeah, that's true. And this boat is very weird.
Yeah, it is, I agree.
On your first time playing this game, you do not understand the controls of that boat.
Yep, that's correct. What I just did there was a rocket storage. Storing 2 rockets will get me enough height to enter the Bowser boss fight. After the last ground pound on the 5th platform, time comes up. I'll say it when it comes. So be ready with the time, the fight is about to start. Be ready with the time. And time.
Well done.
GG.
Thank you.
Very good
Also-
run.
It was a good run. Some sloppy mistakes here and there, but it was fun run and managed to showcase most of the difficult strats and have some fun time. With
What was the final time?
lot of
1806. 1806.
Yeah, that's good.
Not too bad. Not too bad. There's a Super Mario Sunshine Discord where you can come in and learn the run, and lots of the people are helping out. And there's a lot of different categories you can start with if you don't want to start with Super Mario Sunshine in 100%. And I stream on Twitch, like daily pretty much. Super Mario Sunshine speedruns and other speedruns like Bowser's Fury just was released. And I wanna thank Otto for helping with the commentary, ESA for accepting my run, and my community for being awesome and supporting me and watching me. And thank you everyone for watching. That's it for me. If you wanna make me stay awake for that Bowser Fury, I'll be happy with that.
Thanks for that. I don't have to mention that anymore. Thank you for that super run of Mario Sunshine there. We will be right back, everyone, after a small break with 4 more Mario games, because Big John is doing the any percent run of Super Mario All-Stars, which includes all 4 games, so don't go anywhere.